The classic Marriott strategy where you could earn 4 Marriott Free Night Awards every year with credit cards is one of the most valuable credit card strategies to get massive hotel value. My video explaining this strategy was posted a couple of years ago, and I've been fortunate to get a lot of feedback on it, both good and bad. But things have changed since then, specifically with American Express. And although these could be considered negative changes, they've opened up opportunities for a new Marriott credit card strategy. So in this video, I'm going to reveal this new strategy, discuss its pros and cons, and explain who it's for to help you figure out if the classic strategy or the new strategy would be the best for you. Now, before I get into this new strategy, it's important to review why the classic Marriott strategy has been helpful. The whole goal is to earn 4 Marriott Free Night Awards every single year, and we can do this with 4 different Marriott credit cards across 2 different issuers. And those cards are the Chase Marriott Bonvoy Boundless Card, the American Express Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant Card, the American Express Bonvoy Business Card, and the Chase Ritz-Carlton Card. And when it comes to the Anniversary Free Night Awards, the Boundless and the Business cards both earn an Anniversary 35K Free Night Award, and the Brilliant and the Ritz-Carlton cards both earn an Anniversary 85K Free Night Award. So taking all the annual fees together and subtracting statement credits, you could earn 4 Marriott Free Night Awards every single year for a total effective annual fee of $720. Not bad. Now, if you don't want to deal with those higher annual fees, you can downgrade the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant card to the Amex Bonvoy card, which is a $95 annual fee card that earns a 35K Free Night Award. And keep in mind, this card is only available through a product change and is no longer available to new applicants. I'll leave a link down in the description below that will take you directly to the Amex Bonvoy credit card benefits page if you're curious about it. But to make a long story short, the benefits on this card is very similar to the ones you can find on the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card. So that's all well and good, but the big question is, what's the best pathway to get all 4 of these cards? Well, the main issue is that Marriott Bonvoy cards span over 2 different issuers, American Express and Chase, and they don't play well together. This is because there are specific rules regarding the welcome offers for the Chase Marriott cards and the American Express Marriott cards. If you look at the offer terms on any American Express Marriott Bonvoy card, it clearly states that the welcome offer is not available to applicants who've received a new card member bonus or upgrade offer from any of the Chase Bonvoy cards in the last 24 months. Likewise, if you look at any of those terms on a Chase Marriott Bonvoy card, similar language appears, but for American Express cards. This means that we must have a strategic approach if we want to collect all 4 cards and all of the welcome offers as well. And so this brings me to the classic Marriott strategy, and it goes something like this. 1. Obtain the Chase Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card and earn that welcome offer. 2. Wait for 24 months after you complete that welcome offer and then apply for the American Express Bonvoy Brilliant card and earn its welcome offer. And since the Bonvoy Brilliant offer terms also states that you aren't eligible for the welcome offer if you have or have had the Ritz-Carlton card in the last 30 days, I recommend completing the Brilliant offer first, and then once that's done, you can go ahead and product change to the Ritz-Carlton card from the Bonvoy Boundless card. And also note that the 2 requirements necessary to do the Bonvoy Boundless to Ritz-Carlton card product change is that you must have had the Bonvoy Boundless card for 12 months, and the card must have at least $10,000 in credit limit. And once that's done, 3. Apply and get approved for the Amex Bonvoy Business Card around this time and also earn its welcome offer. And once you complete both the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant and Bonvoy Business Card welcome offers, 4. Wait another 24 months and apply for another Chase Bonvoy Boundless card and earn its welcome offer too. So by following this sequence, this is how you can, over the course of 4 years, build a setup that generates 4 Marriott Free Night Awards every single year. Now, when we look at the classic Marriott strategy, there are certainly some drawbacks. The first is that to complete this setup in its entirety, it takes 4 years, which I'll admit is a long time to complete a credit card strategy. And the reason why this happens is that we start with Chase, then go for American Express, and then finally circle back and apply for that last Chase Marriott Bonvoy card. So we're following the rules for the welcome offer terms on both issuers, but because of this, we're lengthening the amount of time that it takes to complete the whole series. Now at first, this sounds like a negative, but this could also be seen as a positive. When we look at all the major hotel rewards programs like Marriott, Hilton, IHG, and Hyatt, I'd say that out of those 4, Marriott is, in my opinion, the weakest one of them all. And I'm a huge fan of Marriott, so I don't take that statement lightly. And while there are certainly positives to the Bonvoy program, there's a reason why the phrase getting Bonvoyed is a thing. So with that in mind, I think it's important to first dip your toe in the Marriott program before jumping into it head first. And by starting with one of the most basic of the Marriott Bonvoy cards, which in this case is the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card, you're able to start enjoying entry-level benefits with Marriott for a very reasonable $95 annual fee. With the Bonvoy Boundless, you get automatic Silver Elite status, as well as an anniversary $35K free on award. And when you take the welcome offer into consideration for the first year, this is a card that you can get easy positive value from. And during that first year, you can stay at Marriott properties and see if the program is the right fit for you. And when you get that anniversary free night award on the Boundless card after the first year, you're really at a crossroads at that point. Either you still want to go forward with the classic Marriott strategy and you continue to hold the card, or you could realize that the Marriott Bonvoy program wasn't for you, and then downgrade the card to the no annual fee Marriott Bonvoy Bold card and just keep this card around if you ever decide to change your mind. And because you have so much time to complete this strategy, it's easy to run this strategy along with others. For example, the Hilton credit card ladder. Now, the second drawback is that a lot of you prefer to get either the Chase Ritz-Carlton, the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant, or both cards much faster than 2 years after you've been approved for the Bonvoy Boundless card. The big issue here is that to qualify for the Bonvoy Brilliant welcome offer, you must not have or have had the Ritz-Carlton card in the last 30 days. So essentially, you need to get the Brilliant card first. Now, there are ways to get around this. For example, you could product change the Bonvoy Boundless card up to a Ritz-Carlton card after the first year. Then, after the second year, you could product change the Ritz-Carlton card back down to another Chase Bonvoy card, apply and get approved for the Bonvoy Brilliant card, wait 30 days, and then product change that Chase Bonvoy card back up to the Chase Ritz-Carlton card. But this sequence is a little messy and involves a lot of product changes back and forth, all with very specific timings that could cost you a Bonvoy Brilliant welcome offer if you're not careful. In any case, those are the two main drawbacks that comes with the classic Marriott strategy, but this is where the new Marriott strategy comes in, which addresses both of those drawbacks. And the key here is courtesy of the recent changes with our favorite credit card issuer, American Express. Amex has been busy recently, raising annual fees, adding additional benefits, but also adding statement credits to their cards. And we all know about those, but there's another change to their credit card lineup as a whole that wasn't noticed as much. And that was they also raised the minimum spend requirements across all of their cards. This is the most apparent with their flagship products, the American Express Platinum and the American Express Gold cards, which now have an $8,000 and $6,000 spend requirement respectively on their welcome offers. But to compensate for these higher spend requirements, American Express also lengthened the standard amount of time needed to complete these offers from 3 months to 6 months. And so we can also see these same changes on the two cards that are relevant to this new Marriott credit card strategy, which are the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant and the Amex Bonvoy Business cards. For the Bonvoy Brilliant, the standard welcome offer is to earn 95,000 Bonvoy points after spending $6,000 on the card within the first 6 months of card membership. And for the Bonvoy Business, the current welcome offer is to earn 3 free night awards, again, after spending $6,000 on the card within the first 6 months of card membership. So of course, no one likes higher minimum spend requirements, but we can use that longer time frame to meet that requirement to our advantage. And that's the basis of this new Marriott credit card strategy. And so how does this work exactly? Well, we're going to apply for 3 cards within the first 6 months and get all 4 cards in the span of 2 years. And here's the sequence for doing that. We're first going to apply and get approved for the Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, and we'll now have 6 months to complete this welcome offer. And right after that, we'll apply for the Amex Marriott Bonvoy Business card, again with a welcome offer that can be completed in 6 months. It's up to you how quickly you want to apply for this card, but my general recommendation would be to wait at least 5 days, preferably a week, between each credit card application. This is because of American Express's 1 in 5 rule, where you can only get approved for 1 Amex credit card every 5 days. And so now, with both cards in hand, we now need to turn our attention to the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card. But before we do anything, let's just step back for a moment and go over the welcome offer details for the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card, because this is where the magic happens. The points to focus on here are number 2 and number 3. The new card member bonus is not available to you if 2, you applied and were approved for any of the following cards within the last 90 days, or 3, received a new card member bonus or upgrade bonus for any of the following cards in the last 24 months. And you can see here that the American Express Marriott Bonvoy Business and Bonvoy Brilliant cards are present in this list of cards. So because the welcome offer period for both of these Amex cards have been extended to 6 months, that 4 to 6 month time frame is now that new sweet spot to get the Bonvoy Boundless card and earn its welcome offer. The key here is to not meet the minimum spend requirement for both the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant Card or the Amex Bonvoy Business Card until after you've acquired the Chase Bonvoy Boundless Card. So after waiting at least 91 days after your last American Express Bonvoy card approval, you can then apply and get approved for the Chase Bonvoy Boundless Card. And you should still qualify for the welcome offer because based on both items number 2 and number 3 of the welcome offer terms, you've still met those requirements. Now, the minimum spend requirement for the welcome offer on this card is $3,000 on purchases in the first 3 months, but we don't want to wait that long because we're on a timer, namely those other 2 welcome offers from the American Express cards. At this point, the American Express welcome offers will expire in less than 3 months, and so we have to make sure that we don't forget about those either. And because of the language in the welcome offer terms, you must complete the Chase Bonvoy Boundless welcome offer before you receive your new card member bonus on either the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant or Amex Bonvoy Business cards. And so the goal here is to complete the welcome offer on the Boundless card as soon as possible, and then subsequently complete the welcome offers on the other 2 Amex cards before they expire. And by the end of this sequence, you would have all 3 cards with all 3 welcome offers. With that being done, the final stage of this strategy is fairly straightforward. Wait 12 months after getting approved for the Bonvoy Boundless card, and then product change that card to a Ritz-Carlton card, and then 12 months after that, apply and get approved for the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card and earn that welcome offer to complete the new Marriott Credit Card Strategy, which will also give you 4 free net awards every single year. Okay, so that's the strategy, and you can already see how it solved some of the problems that we had with the classic Marriott strategy. For one, this can be completed in 2 years instead of 4, cutting the time in half to acquire these cards to get those 4 free nights every single year. And another benefit is that you immediately start off with the Bonvoy Brilliant card, so if you also want to start that 10-year clock on the lifetime platinum status, you could also do so 2 years earlier as compared to the classic strategy. You can also product change into the Chase Ritz-Carlton card faster with this new strategy, which is also a nice plus. But on the other hand, you can see how this strategy is going to require a lot of careful planning around timing, and because of this, there are some drawbacks to this strategy as well. The first is that after getting approved for the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card, you'll have 3 welcome offers to complete all at the same time, and they all have some pretty high spend requirements. Now, in the first 90-ish days on both the Brilliant and the Business cards, you can make some headway into those spend requirements, so that makes things a little bit easier. And of course, if you're able to hit the Bonvoy Boundless spend requirement in a few purchases right off the bat, or even just one single purchase, this gives you more time to work on the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant and Business spend requirements. But with these welcome offers in mind, because the time course is so compressed, this strategy is very difficult to accomplish if you want elevated welcome offers. Sadly, we can't predict when elevated offers come up, and so you just have to accept the offer that's available to you at the time of your application. It's also important to keep some important rules in mind when doing this new strategy for both American Express and for Chase. Specifically, the 2 rules I'm referring to are the Chase 524 rule and the Amex 290 rule. For the Chase 524 rule, it's important to be, at most, at 324. This is because the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant card will add to your Chase 524 status, bringing you to 424, and you'll need that last slot for the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card, which would then bring you to 524. And for the Amex 290 rule, since you'll be applying for 2 Amex credit cards in rapid succession, it's important to ensure that before you start this process, you haven't applied for any Amex credit cards in the last 90 days. And another consideration to this strategy is the dreaded Amex pop-up jail, which can completely derail everything. Again, there's no way to predict whether you'll be in pop-up jail or not when you start this strategy. But if you can get approved for both the Amex Bonvoy Brilliant and Amex Bonvoy Business cards, you'll be in a great position to complete this new Marriott credit card strategy. And so with all that in mind, who is this strategy for? First and foremost, you must be okay with having 3 active welcome offers at one time during a 6-month period. This is definitely a tall ask, especially because of that 4 to 6 month window where you have to complete welcome offers in the right sequence to ensure you get the welcome offers for all 3 cards. But if that's okay with you, you'll be rewarded with a Marriott strategy where you can have both the American Express Bonvoy Brilliant and Chase Ritz-Carlton cards sooner rather than later. You'll also complete the strategy in half the time, which is a nice plus. Having said all this, I still feel that there's space for both the classic Marriott strategy and this new Marriott strategy, and it really depends on what you're looking for and what your goals are when it comes to your credit card portfolio as a whole. So that's the new Marriott credit card strategy, where you can build a system of Marriott credit cards in 2 years that earn 4 free net awards every single year. I hope that this new strategy opens your eyes to what's out there and is helpful for those of you who really want to get those higher tier Marriott credit cards earlier in the process. But for those of you who want to go slow and steady, the classic Marriott strategy will always be there too. And if you want to review the fine details of that classic Marriott strategy to help you make that choice, check out this video next.